Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, today's episode, we're focusing on Bank of the West credit cards and what could potentially be a last call for some of their cards. So, of course, we will talk about why there would be a last call. We'll talk about a little bit about Bank of the West, what's going on with them, of course, the rewards program, the cards themselves, both personal and business, and come out on the other side of this, figuring out if this cards are worth considering a slot in your wallet or not. So, of course, if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, first things first, as we don't know a ton about Bank of the West, though they are probably larger than you'd think. As the name implies, they are a bank focused on kind of the western part of the country. We'll start out with the classic Did You Know slide and go from there. So here we have it. Did you know? Of course, they were founded way back in 1874. Now, they're actually a subsidiary of the French international banking group BNP Paribas. Probably saying that wrong. Someone will let me know down below. So BNP purchased Bank of the West back in 1979. That kind of got them a footholding in the States. And of course, they're headquartered in San Francisco, California. Again, Bank of the West. So interesting enough here, this is where we get to the last call pieces. Bank of the West was actually purchased by BMO Harris in 2021 for $16.3 billion. Now, BNP is exiting the American market once this sale is concluded. Now, I do have a full video on BMO or BMO, however you say that one as well. Pronunciation is not going to be our friend today. But BMO, I have a full video on their cards. I'll link them down below if you're interested in that. So again, this could be a last call on their cards because one of two things normally happens. Either, BMO comes in and buys them and they just pull down all the signs in the branches, switch everyone's name tags and put up, BMO signs, and that's kind of how they expand their footprint. That's usually why banks buy banks. It helps expand the footprint very easily. You already have branches, you already have staffing, plus, I inherit all of your assets and things like that, right? Which really is an easy way to grow. Now, reading through, the BMO statement, granted in 2022, it's, a little bit dated. They're saying, hey, we don't yet know if we're going to just merge them and just make them one name, or Bank of the West will operate underneath the BMO name. It's kind of separate, but kind of the same, right? They don't really know. So at the time of taping, it could go either way, just so you know. But again, I would assume internally they know what they're going to do by now. But hey, still worth taking a look at for a last call. So that is, the news on Bank of the West and BMO. Now, again, they do have credit cards of their own right now. So let's talk about their rewards structure and earnings, and then we'll talk about the cards themselves. So here you have it. When you're talking about these cards, they are primarily cashback cards. So that's what they're going to earn. The redemptions here, especially for the personal side, is statement credits, or you could deposit to any other checking account, which is actually really nice. A lot of times banks, limit you to only depositing it to accounts with them. Now, I will say the business cards do have on their page like the option for like gift cards and travel and things like that, but generally I would look at these all as cashback cards. I wouldn't really bother. That's why I'm only listing the statement credit or deposit to any other checking account. Now, the one downside here is the redeem in increments of $25, and really this is one of those things that really drives me crazy. That means that if you have $26 worth of points, right, you can only redeem $25 of that, then you have to leave $1 over there till you earn $24 more in cash back, then redeem it like that. It does kind of make it hard to redeem your points. It's one of the things that annoys me the most. I don't even necessarily mind the $25 minimums, but when you have increments, it just really makes it tough. So be aware of that. So that is the reward structure there. Now let's talk about the cards themselves. They do have 4. They're 2 personal and 2 business, so we're going to cover all of them. Of course, starting with the personal side of the house. And, of course, we have the Platinum card, and you guys know how I feel about the Platinum card if you watch the channel often, and, it's also in this weird foresty thing, so there you go. But anyways, while you're really here, annual fee, $0. Multipliers, there's none to be had. The reason being is because this is their classic low APR balance transfer card. So again, at the time of taping, this is 0% intro APR for the first year on balance transfers, which again can come in handy, but I don't know why we always have to call it Platinum card. Now on top of that, we do get interesting in the next personal card, which is the cashback card. So this one has no annual fee. Multipliers here does get interesting. 3x back on dining, gas, and groceries. However, it's important to note that gas is capped at $1,500 a quarter at 3x back. So after you spend $1,500 in gas stations during a quarter, it would then drop to 1x, which is the same you're going to get on all their purchases. Dining and groceries are not capped though, which I think is odd because I think you do way more damage on groceries, but hey, who am I to argue? Now, with that, we're going to jump to the business side, and I do love when things are called exactly what they are. And this is the Bank of the West business card, right? So here we have it, no annual fee, multipliers, none to be had. Why? Because you guessed it, this is the low APR balance transfer card for the business side of the house. So the same deal here, 0% intro APR for the first year on balance transfers, and then you do get MasterCard Easy Savings Program as well, just kind of like a little portal through MasterCard where you can kind of save a few dollars on some purchases. And then lastly, they have the actual business rewards card, right? So this one, again, no annual fee, multipliers here, 2x back on all purchases, and then the benefits here, again, would be MasterCard Easy Savings Program as well. So same deal, you can kind of save some money if you go through this. I think you can save about, they had a few percent off some kind of business focused items, but overall those are the cards themselves. Now again, I think this one's really pretty straightforward. There's one card that is the star of the show, and that is the cash rewards on the personal side of the house. Now, a good 3% card, whether you're banking with Bank of the West or you're from the outside looking in saying, hey, I just want to strengthen my credit card setup, this card could be pretty interesting. So, 3x on gas, even though it's capped at $1,500 a quarter, but realistically, I think the majority of us, if you're doing natural spend on gas, I don't think you're going to go past $1,500 a quarter. And even if you're watching this and you're trying to think about gaming the system potentially, I also don't think that's necessarily an issue because they don't cap grocery stores at the 3x either, which is interesting because I think you do way more damage at grocery stores organically than you would on gas stations. But I still have to say, if you're someone who likes to go and buy gift cards on your highest multiplier card, and this was it, well, you just wouldn't buy them at gas stations. You would leave gas stations purely for gas, and then you can go over to the grocery stores, buy your groceries, and if you wanted to, throw in a Best Buy gift card of 3% back, with your grocery purchase, so you can go buy your phone or whatever it is at 3% versus the 1%, well, I think that would still be just fine. So, I think there's also, you could also argue, yes, there's other cards that get you 3% back on gas. The City Premier comes to mind, but the City Premier, yes, it has more multipliers. It's still $95 and more of a travel card, right, versus the this card, which is, no annual fee, right, definitely more focused as a cashback card. So in addition to that, there's the PNC Cash Rewards out there that's going to get you 4% back on gas, but I think it's clear to say here, we don't belabor the point, that is the star of the show, and, if you don't have a high gas card, you want one that's going to be a staple, no annual fee, I think that one's worth considering it. Now again, what happens with the actual BMO merger? Do they keep it folded into their lineup or not? Well, I don't really know for sure. Who's to say? But for right now, if you're looking for a gas card, I think that is a fine option. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. If you liked it, drop me a thumbs up down below. Of course, if you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. Again, posting content just like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. Question for you guys is, let me know what you think about this cash rewards card. Have you seen better ways to earn a high multiplier on gas for no annual fee? Yes, of course, category cards exist, but I'd love to see what other cards you're using to take advantage of, even for all those categories listed. And of course, if you have the card, what has been your experience working with Bank of the West, and how's it working out for you? Love to get your thoughts. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and talk to you very soon in the next one.